Okay.
He's played
I'll
it
give
with
you
them,
that
not
one.
recording, but he's played it with them. And we're not ending it the way they ended.
I thought he was.
My understanding is that he played with them for a while. He played it with them, but not all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it was 78, and I'm like, he had to have been like 18 or 20, you know.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
possible.
totally possible. Yeah, yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure he just did a spin with them. I never ended up playing. But yeah, shining.
Yes. Well, I'm going to do that.
I think you should because I liked it actually. Even because if you just put some kick on one, it's innocuous. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to interfere.
Yeah, we're not going to
Boom,
clash.
it's not going to do anything. Yeah. I actually like that kind of whiny.
Okay.
It's like really cool.
About to start meditation here, so it disappeared.
Testing, 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 testing. Could someone bring the stage lights down a little bit? Just take a deep breath and exhale it down into the earth through your feet. Noting how the chair is supporting your body. And let this tone bring us into the meditation. I'm going to read a short poem as we go into the meditation. The title of the poem is called Perfectly Made. The first illusion to face is that your structured, too easily understandable world is a world that will keep you safe. that naming everything and everyone in such small ways can protect you from the larger ways the world was made to undo you. That you can slip by the larger, intuited, necessary, and unavoidable act of letting go without being noticed, without being seen, and without being made to look. That your inevitable and necessary and eventually surprising disappearance can be kept at bay by refusing to live fully in a body wounded by the very act of being born. The second illusion is that you were never made to have your heart broken even once, never mind again and again. To break through the second illusion might be to understand you were made to attract the right kind of peril, to understand you were perfectly made for the fullness of every humiliation you've ever experienced, and that above all, at the bottom of each humiliation, you are most perfectly made for every single intimate falling apart you have ever endured in your brief history. The third illusion is that you are not equal to everything listed above. The third illusion is that you are not perfectly made in every way to undo the first illusion. you find your thoughts have wandered off into a possible illusion, just bring them back to your breath and follow it in and out from your nose to your heart space and back. of your thoughts have strayed, just bring your attention back to your breath, following it in and out of your body. Keeping your eyes closed. begin to allow your attention to shift back to the chair supporting your body, to the sounds inside and outside the room. And as you relax back into the outer world, when you're ready, open your eyes.
Good morning, CSL San Jose. Good morning. Stand up on your feet and join us in our opening song this morning. All right. Clap your hands.
Ooh, that was a false start. Here we go, sorry.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Let us make a joyful sound.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Yes, thank you, praise team. I just love how the praise team is proliferating, yes? Love it. We are prosperous and abundant. Oh, my goodness. I love that song. That's a Gary Lynn Floyd song, and the first time I heard it, I thought, what a beautiful song to sing at the top of the service, right? To affirm the truth that we are all one big family, right? We're expressing uniquely. We are allowing the presence to express through each of us uniquely, but we're one big family. So beautiful. So welcome to Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. I am Reverend Rasheryl McCreary. I'm the senior minister here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad to be here with y'all. So glad to be here. And as you know, today is my last Sunday as your senior minister. And so we're just going to make a joyful noise, okay? We'll make a joyful noise and celebrate this last walk through service that we'll have together. So let me tell you a couple of things for today, just so you're aware. One is if you still need a name badge, the CSL San Jose name badge, you can pick those up at the concierge table, which is right out in Fellowship Hall. And if you need a certificate from a class you've taken, you can pick that up there. And I also want to let you know that on January 1st, the office will be closed for New Year's Day. So just so that you're aware of that. All right, it is time to begin the service officially. I'm going to invite up Julia Smith, who's going to do our call to service, practitioner Julia Smith. Ron Wade, practitioner, thank you for the meditation this morning. And Ron will be our host for today. Thank you. And it's on.
Good morning. Please close your eyes, settle into your chairs, and allow the vibrations from the bowl to settle you in.
As we continue to ground ourselves in this sacred space on the fourth day of Hanukkah, I recognize the universal truths of hope and faith that are essential components of the Hanukkah story. Today, we celebrate not only the miracles that occurred 2,000 years ago, but also the miracles that unfold in our lives every single day. The miracle that we are all gathered here today, able to express our beliefs freely, sing our praises loudly, and with use of technology, share our service with others around the globe. As we embrace the meaning of Hanukkah, we affirm the presence of Spirit in every tradition and honor the divine that connects us all. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehekianu v'higimanu lazman hazeh. Amen. And so it is.
Oh my goodness. I'm so caught up reviewing a document I just received about 5 minutes ago for the service that I got carried away in my document. So anyway, hi there, I'm Ron Wade, and I am a practitioner here and really honored and grateful to be the host for today, the last Sunday of 2024. Wow. Wow. It's going to be 2025 soon. Holy moly. Well, guess what? It is time for us to invoke our statement of being. So shall we stand? And let us really take on the invocation aspect of our recital. Ready? We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. Say hello to someone. Hello, y'all. We survived 1999. Can you believe 1999 was 25 years ago?
What? Shut up!
25 years ago, and we all thought the world was going to end because the computers couldn't count above 1999.
That's true.
And we're still here.
We're still here.
We are still here. So, the flowers today are in honor of three individuals. The flowers here are in honor of the 2 years of Reverend Rasheryl's service to this community. And I don't know which of those is which, but one of these is for Jenna's service of how many?
2 years.
2-ish years of service to our community. And then the other set is in honor of Joesten's wife, who allowed him to be here so many Sundays in the sound booth.
Love you, Josh.
Did you play with Prince, by the way? Just curious.
No.
Okay.
I wanted to take time so you might think it might be true for a second. No, I was actually trying to think of something funny to say, but it didn't work. I was going to say it in my bedroom, but that didn't sound right.
Okay. Our guest musical artist today is Etienne France. Like the country. And as you've seen so far, he plays bass, and he sings, and he's been a rapper and a producer, and he's performed both all over the U.S. and internationally. His music in the band Check in the Dark, which is based in L.A., where he's bassist, has been featured on ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition, as well as on ESPN. So currently, he plays bass for the Northern California Afro-Brazilian Papipa and Friends, Papipa and Friends, and has played bass for Kirtan Star Girish, Donna Dolori, otherwise known as Madonna.
She was with Madonna. She was one of the singers.
The late Nigerian Afrobeat master Danjuma Adamu. Broadway star Charles Holt, who has been here before. And he freelances on Sunday mornings regularly like he does here. And currently he is the band leader at Inner Light Ministries in Santa Cruz, California. Etienne France.
I missed you guys.
We missed you too.
I'm really not here enough. Yeah. Like you say, one big family, right? about the sunset of the year. There's a time of the day when the sun is going down. That's the golden time of day. It's a time that the sun turns to gold all around. That's the golden time of day. At the end of the day, when the wind is soft and warm, ooh, don't it make the flowers sway? And when the sun settles down and it takes a lovely form, that's the golden time of day. Oh, 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 come on, Dave. In your life, when you find out who you are,
Right. Yeah.
that's the golden time of day. That's why I chose this song, because of that line. In your mind, you will find you're a bright, shining star. Aren't you though? That's the golden time of day. When you feel deep inside all the love you're looking for, don't it make you feel okay? Like the time of the day, the sun takes a lovely form. That's the golden time of day. Oh, that's the golden time of day. Oh,
feel that? Wow. So incredible. Oh, before I get into my talk, I have to introduce the folks who've been on the stage making music ministry. So Etienne, France, thank you so much. So beautiful. Frankie Beverly is smiling down on you. Yes, yes. House band, Billy Johnson on drums, Troy Arnett on keyboard, Dave Maurischat Bick on guitar. And our praise team that just keeps overflowing. It makes my heart feel so good. Elizabeth Jade, Gretchen Vogel, Jeanette Francis is not here today, Jenna Brown, Reece Whitaker, Susanne Mulcahy, and Marty Hunter, and Joanna Ladd was our praise team today. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So much, so beautiful. Oh, my goodness gracious. Here we are. Last Sunday of the year, and my last talk here at CSL San Jose as your senior minister. So, you know, the theme this month is open at the top. And I talked about all month about how Ernest Holmes talks about how science of mind is a philosophy that is open at the top. It is not a philosophy that is highly dogmatic, that is prescriptive, that is controlling, that is, you know, saying that you do this, you're wrong, you do that, you're right. You know, that is not what this teaching is. This teaching is all about being open and receptive to the divine idea, to the divine influx, to divine inspiration. And even our teaching symbol is set up that way, right, where you have that V dip, and back in the old days they call it the thought drop. And that is just showing the path of manifestation, of how the divine goes from the invisible to the visible, right? And you have to be open at the top, open to change, open to growth, open to evolution. So that was our theme for this month. And in continuing that theme, I want to talk about 5 sort of big, you can call them lessons, ahas, ideas, inspirations for 2025 that I want to leave with you that were really significant for me. So the first one is, be careful what you put out there. So what I've learned in this role as a senior minister is, and I knew this as a practitioner, but it's even more amplified as a minister. Whatever that theme is that you put out there, that is going to work your situation and work your life personally. And so this year's theme, this year's overarching theme was Dare to Leap. And boy, did that manifest in my own world. And so as I began to make a leap out of this space and into new space, I was reminded of, in looking back on different leaps I've made in my life, and I want to share this with you and leave this with you. Dare to Leap is for all of us, because we're in a time of big change fast in this world. And so being able to leap and leap well is going to be increasingly important. So I look back over my life, and I just want to share a couple things with you. In 1993, I became a practitioner at Agape, and I thought I'd be at Agape for the rest of my life. I loved it. I worked closely with Reverend Michael Beckwith. I was babysitting Ricky's kids. I was very, very all in that community, and I thought I would be there for the rest of my life, and I would grow up there, essentially. And in 1993, coming back from a meditation retreat in Bali with Joan Stedman, on the plane we were circling LAX because we couldn't land because of the fog or something. Just we had to circle. And it wasn't because of fog, it's just LAX. But I remember looking and seeing the fog, right? Smog. And I heard this voice, very quiet, say, "I'm pulling you out of the rat race." And I was like, say what? What was that? And I'm pulling you out of the rat race. And what I understood was that my time in LA was done and that I was going to be going somewhere else. I didn't have more information about it. I was shattered. I was resistant. I was also an actor, so I was not understanding how I was going to continue an acting career not in LA. Like, I could not comprehend that. And so long story short, I left Agape, went back east, became an actor and producer there. And then fast forward 2004, and I did this play, which right now escapes me, but I knew that was my last show. I knew it was my last show. I just knew it in my bones. And I didn't know what was next. And everyone who knew me, and I was back in Ohio, everyone who knew me and knows me on Facebook, even now, people reach out and they're like, don't you miss acting? I'm like, no. But in 2004, it was very clear to me that I had done my last performance and that my time as an actor was done. And it was really clean, it was really quiet, and I didn't know what was gonna come next. And there was some work that I had created. I produced theater, I produced events, and I was awarded an international fellowship for one of the events I had produced in Ohio. And I went on that fellowship. I was the first American artist selected for the Marshall Memorial Fellowship. It was set up after World War II. And it was set up for there to be transatlantic relationship building post-World War II, part of the Marshall Plan. And so I got this fellowship. I went to Europe, and here I am in the German parliament and all these different places going, what am I doing here? What on earth? What am I doing here? And I was with lawyers, and mostly lawyers and people who wanted to be politicians. So my colleagues in that fellowship are now attorneys general, our state senators, our attorneys, our more political people. I didn't know what I was doing there. And so I had a great time. I learned a lot. It opened my eyes a lot because all of a sudden I was in the world stage. Or I was in the world, in the larger world of leadership, and just my mind was blown and opened in so many ways. And so when I got from that fellowship, I was offered a role to do leadership development, coaching, and training for this company that was looking exactly for people who had a theater background to do their work. And so with that company, I became a consultant, and I traveled all over the world. I delivered programs at places like Harvard Business School and other big organizations. And in 2010, I got a little tap on the shoulder while I was devastated by the Great Recession, that it got a little tap on the shoulder. It was time to leave that consulting firm and start my own company. And so when I look back over my life, there's been this voice that whispers, that is constantly tapping me to say, okay, now it's time for you to do this. Okay, you've been prepared here. Now it's time for you to go there. And what I've learned from some very traumatic experiences is I need to listen to that voice, no matter what it looks like to anyone else, because I've had my share of spiritual 2x4s that were not pleasant and not fun. And so I've learned to listen to that voice. But as I was preparing this talk, I was thinking all the way through, this voice speaks to me, and when it tells me, it's like, it's done, it's done. And so my invitation to you is to listen to the voice whispering to you, because here's what I bet is true. There is a voice whispering in your heart. There is a voice stirring in your soul. There is something greater than you, that voice of God, that voice of the higher self, that voice that cannot be denied, that voice that is eternal, that voice that knows all things, that voice that created you is stirring in you, and it wants you to be about something. And it may be going more deeply into right where you are. It may be starting off on a whole new path. But if you hear that voice, and I know you do, it's time to say yes. It's time to listen. It's time to move. And so that was one of the first things I wanted to share about 2025. 2025 is going to need people who have come alive and are living their purpose. We're in for interesting times. And we need more people in purpose than out in the world. The second thing I want to share with you as part of the Big Five for 2025. When we're in the midst of big change fast, When things are changing, when there's upheaval, when there's growth, when there's transformation happening, when old forms are breaking down and new forms are emerging, it is important that you listen to the voice of God louder, and let that be louder than the voice of fear. Right? You have to let the voice of God be louder than the voice of fear. Right? You have to let the voice of love be stronger than the voice of hate. The voice of peace stronger than the voice of war. Right? The voice of abundance stronger than the voice of lack. And it's easy to have those small voices grab a hold of us and hijack us, right? And take us literally out of our minds, out of divine mind. It is easy to be hijacked by the little voice that is looking at limitation, that is looking at how things are changing, that is looking at what we're losing, is looking at what is happening, versus that big voice that already knows, it already created the outcome. That big voice already created the end. It knows the end. The big voice created all things. It created you out of itself. It already knows the story. It is the story. It wrote the story. Right? And so we have to listen to the voice of God louder than any other voice. Than any other voice. And here's why, because as I tried to say so many times here, and I could never get this talk title to actually be stick, but you can't fool the law, right? You cannot fool the law. Because here's the deal, the voice you listen to is the voice you will live. Right? The voice you listen to is what will become your experience. The things that you're wired, if you're wired around fear and you're wired around fear and you're wired around fear, that will become your experience. Right? So you cannot fool the law. And you can say all the affirmations and all the smiles and all the platitudes and all the things and be the nice and be the sweet, but the law is going to deliver your consciousness. And you cannot fool it. You can fool other people, but you cannot fool it. It will deliver your consciousness. So my gift, my offer to you is to listen to the voice of God louder than the voice of fear. The third offering I have for you is whatever you do as a community, because this community is a microcosm of the macrocosm, right, of the world, of the universe, right? The community is a microcosm. And for us as individuals, the community is a macrocosm of the microcosm of us, right? So there's the universal and the world thing that's happening. There's the community thing that's happening. There's the individual thing that's happening. It's all one thing. And the consciousness will determine the outcome. And so what I want you to really get is whatever you do from this point forward, do not circle the wagons. Do not circle the wagons. Right? So I've heard this phrase, we're going to circle the wagons and pull together and do all these things, and we're going to do this. And the thing about circling the wagons is it is a fear-based response. Circling the wagons is from the pioneers going west who were under attack by Indians, an external threat. So they circled the wagons for safety and protection, which is what needed to happen. And I urge this community to not circle the wagons or not have that vibration of we're banding together because there's a threat somewhere, right? Because that will be exactly what gets invited into the community as a threat. Versus, you know what, get out of the wagon and look around. Get out of the wagon and look the perimeter, look around, look outside. What is going on? What can we invite in? Right? What do we need to let go of? But this is a beautiful time of growth and birth and transformation. And so now is not the time to be insular and circle down and close down. It's the time to open up and to know anything is possible. Everything is possible. But you've got to be anchored in that voice of love. Oh. Related to that is growing a bigger tent. Here's what happens when there's a lot of change happening, right? And in this community, there's been a lot of change. There's been a lot of storming over the last 2 years. We're in a phase of community where you came out of 20-some years of what's called norming, right? Things were normal. Things were not necessarily perfect in all instances, but they were known. They were predictable. You knew who to go to for this. You knew what to do for that. The systems were in place, and you knew exactly how things were going to go. In an organization, that's called norming, right? Everything's normal. Everything's norming. We know exactly what's going on. Even the toxic stuff, we understand it, right? And then a big change happens. A 23-year minister leaves. And the natural order of things is that other people will also leave who are part of that. And it creates transformation and change and churn and a lot of stuff that if you stand in fear, there's things to be fearful of. But if you stand in love, you know it's birth and it's messy. It is messy, right? And so what you want is to grow a bigger tent, even though it feels uncomfortable, not be insular, right? You can't change a problem or transform a situation from the level of the problem. You can't do it. In the Bible, it says you can't put new wine into old wineskins. And so what I invite this community to do and what I am doing for myself is looking at what do I need to shed, what do I need to let go of, right? What has served its purpose? And surrounding myself with other inputs, right? Surrounding myself with other inputs, people outside of my sphere, people who know more than I do, people who have different experiences. You know, over the last few days, I have been having to do my CEUs for my executive coaching certification with International Coach Federation. And so, you know, true to form, I thought my certification was next December 31st. It was this December 31st. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't taken any kind of, you know, anything to keep my coaching education alive. And I didn't, you know, some of the spiritual stuff I've done, I didn't get a waiver for that stuff. So I have been watching these webinars and videos and all these things that I can do for continuing education, and I had to do 40 hours of them, and each one's like an hour and 20 minutes, okay? So I've been doing that for the last couple of days. It's been very, very intense. But here's what I was reminded of as I listened to my colleagues discussing AI and coaching and technology and coaching and somatic practices and how to level up your executive leadership team and group coaching and team coaching. And, you know, as I listened to my colleagues and globally, like this is a global organization, and I was like, oh my God, like all the things that are happening and all of the work that people are doing all over the globe and these new techniques and new frameworks and new tools and new things that are moving forward the body of coaching, I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I will never, ever, ever let this wait again, right? I know from this point I have 3 years. And I realized how much I missed like all these inputs of different things, right? And how I had gotten so single-focused and so burdened that I wasn't letting those things in the same way, just for my own personal enrichment, right? And also to be a better leader here. And so that's one thing I want to offer to you is this is not the time to have a tiny, insular little tent. This is a time to bring people to the table that have more experience, that have a deeper bench of tools and talents, right? Who are new, who have seen more, who've done more. That is what you want if you want a thriving, growing community, right? And so that is my invitation to you, is to grow a bigger tent. And so my fifth thing is, I'm going to have a little video at the end. So my fifth offer is to just remind you to be abundance. To be abundance, not speak abundance, not pretend abundance, not affirm abundance, but to literally be it, right? And to look at how do I be so at one with the all that is, so at one with that which is changeless, which is endless, which is always overflowing and creating. How do I be so at one with that that it shows up in my life, it shows up in my community, it shows up in my decision making, it shows up in my actions, it shows up in my language. But it's about being it before saying it, being it before pretending it, being it before affirming it, being it before acting, right? Being abundance. This is an amazing community. It is an amazing community. It has been here for a long time. And I am so grateful to have been here in this community as my first ministerial experience. Y'all raised me up, and made me a better leader. And you loved me and held me and supported me and stood with me through all of it, through the good times and the not good times, right? And I am so grateful for that. And so there's so much abundance here, so much love here. And I want to say to you that no matter what the financial situation is, here's what's true. The value, the assets are this beloved community. The assets are the individuals in this community. And you won't be able to transform the finances by events, but you can transform the finances by creating systems to actually generate revenue and creating systems that bring more people through the door. And y'all are the assets that do that. Each one of you in these chairs are the assets that will create the wealth and the overflow for this community. And that is what I endeavored to at least begin to spark in this community in the time that I've been here. And so I want to share with you something that I had created. One of the things when Marianne Williamson was here for that event, I had a professional videographer come in to shoot footage of that event and to shoot testimonials, because those were the assets I wanted to use in helping creating a system where we could actually begin to generate revenue. And so I want you to see them because obviously they will stay here with you. But also it just really points to the abundance of this community, the transformative nature of this place, and how many people have been touched and changed and transformed. And these are the tools that you use to then create other opportunities, right? And so beginning to think in that way helps relieve the burden of, oh my God, or whatever it is about the money, because the money will come, but these are the assets of the community. And so, Scott, are you able to share those with people? Okay, so Scott's gonna let them rip, so just watch the screens there. We need more volume.
When I first came here, I felt very broken. My brother was killed 2.5 years ago, and without this community, I could not have gotten through that. I can still say that I love my life, that I'm happy, that life is beautiful. And without this center, without what I've learned here, there's no way that I could have said that as words. It is profound how much this place needs shipping. So I go into the world in a very different way than I ever used to. And it's with love, and it's with compassion, and it's with understanding, and being a light where I can, and how I can help others.
What I love about the Center for Spiritual Living, my spiritual home, is coming here on Sundays, and it's like way better than Cheers. Everyone knows your name. Everyone is happy to see you. One of my favorite things is this is the science of mind. It's the teachings of Ernest Holmes. And if you're open to the possibility to change your thinking, your whole life will change. I knew in my heart that if I continued to align my life with my values and stay true to my integrity and my authenticity, that the life that I dreamt of and desire manifested because of coming to this center.
Some of the things
that I love about the Center for Spiritual Living are the people. It's a very genuine, warm, authentic community. I love learning with people. We take classes together. I've always been aligned with its teaching, and that is mindfulness, awareness, knowing that I have choices in my life, that life doesn't happen to me. So it's not a dogmatic, scripture-based religion. It's more a way of life.
We showed up here first maybe about a year ago, and within 5 minutes it felt like home. We walked in the sanctuary, there was a lovely service, people were engaged, the energy was fantastic. We love the people that are here. They're genuine, they're interesting, all different walks of life. When I think about things that have changed my life here, praying more regularly just kind of makes me feel more connected to the universe. I believe that we're not just our bodies. I believe that we're all connected. But there's something about that practice that makes it more experiential for me.
Thank you, Scott. I think that's it, yes? Okay, wonderful. Let's have a big round of applause for our testimonials. And even a bigger round of applause for this community, because that's what they're talking about, right? So, beloveds, I leave these 5 things with you. And everything that was said on those videos, I have heard that repeated time and time and time and time again, of how this place has transformed your life, how it has lifted you up, how this community has loved you into your next best self. And that has exactly been my experience. You have loved me into my next best self. And I am so grateful for each of you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So let's, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, so let's pray, shall we? In this moment, simply acknowledging the divine presence, that power that is inexhaustible, unstoppable. That power that is eternal, that is creative, that is all flowing, all knowing, all going, all being. That presence that is. And whether we call it God or creator or source or first cause, universe, whatever name we give it, it is what it is. And so I'm grateful to know in this moment that I'm created in the image and likeness and out of pure spirit. So is each individual here and everywhere. And so I'm grateful then to know that this divine presence is right now moving and grooving in the lives of each one. How good it is to speak the word this morning, to know for each one divine health and vitality, knowing for each one the presence of pure light in the cells and the bones and the molecules of being and the systems and functions of the body. I claim health right now for anyone who has a diagnosis, has a situation, has a dis-ease, has any appearance. I claim and know health, vitality, wholeness, revealing itself through every molecule, the very fabric of being. Oh, I'm grateful this morning, grateful to speak and to know the truth about relationships for each one, families and loved ones and romantic and friend and community and work and business. I bless each relationship, knowing the presence of the divine is dancing as all parties, and knowing there's a healing taking place right now, that there's forgiveness dissolving anything unlike pure love, relationships fully calibrated, evolved, healed, sometimes separated, and sometimes deepened together. But all is good, all is God. I am so grateful this morning to know the truth about abundance and prosperity for each one and for this beloved community. I know the presence of life is expressing as all needs met, as full resources, as overflowing abundance, overflowing abundance, overflowing abundance. All needs met, the source fully resourcing each one and fully resourcing this community. Oh, I'm grateful to know it. I'm grateful to sense it. I am grateful to feel it. And I am grateful to stand in this truth. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. And so with deep gratitude, I release this word now. It is complete, and I am complete. We say together, and so it is. And so it is. Amen.
You know we got to be in tune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two. And everyone's a seed. Half of us are satisfied, half of us in need. Love's bound to fall to us, tarnished by our greed. Let there be a harvest for the world. Yeah. So concerned with gain, as the seasons come and go, greater grows the pain, and far too many are feeling the strain. Oh, let us be a harvest for the world. Hey, yeah. Gather every man, gather every woman, celebrate your life, give thanks for your children. When all I want is peace. Those of us who pay the price come home with the lead. And nation after nation turning into beef. Oh, let us be a harvest for the world. harvest for the world, harvest for the world, harvest for the world. When will there be harvest for the world? I want to know right now. When will there be harvest for the world? Let us be harvest for the world. We got to be harvest for the world. I want to be right now. Let me be a harvest for the world. When will there be harvest for the world? When will there harvest for the
And thank you, Etienne and house band and the praise team. Come on. Wow, sounding good, y'all. All right. So thank you. Thank you. It is now time for our offering. So I'll ask the ushers to come on and make their way down as we prepare a harvest for our beloved community. Thank you so much for your gift and offerings. And we shall say our giving affirmation together. And then we will, yes? Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
May I use that? Oh, you get to hold this.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Before, let's see, where do we want to start? You each received a glass bead as you entered this morning. If you haven't received one, could you please raise your hand and then you could be given one. I invite you to take a moment and to hold the bead as a token of your appreciation for the 2 years of devoted service of Reverend Rasheryl and what she has shared with us. And in this moment, to inhale gratitude and to exhale blessings. And to take a few minutes and continue to inhale gratitude and exhale prayers. Inhale gratitude. Exhale blessings for new beginnings. Inhale gratitude. And as she moves on to become her next best self, imbue all of this into what you are holding in your hands. Knowing that all of this will be shared, these blessings, these prayers, they will be collected. All this gratitude. And as we move into the offertory, the beads will be collected. From love, we bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief.
It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
So you're putting your stone into the basket, right?
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
We're like figuring something out on the fly here. Anyway, guess what?
What?
There's these things that people have throughout the year called birthdays. And we haven't talked about birthdays in a while.
Birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays. You know, those days where you kind of pop out into the world and cry. Somebody slaps your behind, you know. Anyway, where did Jim go? Oh no. Anyway, today is Jim's birthday. And he's like not there. He's out. So if you see Jim, say happy birthday to him. So, all right, in honor of that, here's the deal. How many have had a birthday so far in 2024? How many of you are having a birthday either today, tomorrow, or Tuesday?
Oh.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday to all of us. Let's go. Then we have,
Where's Debbie Slayton?
where is Debbie Slayton?
Okay, I thought Debbie was going to come up. You want to do this? Well, this is just.
So if you're going to continue with practitioner studies for Prac 1, Year 1, Term 2, your deadline to register is January 8th at midnight Pacific time. So do the time zone conversion if you're somewhere else.
Okay, and Debbie Slayton is teaching visioning January 7th through February 25th. Oh, okay.
And there's a New Year's Eve service coming up on Tuesday.
The visioning class, I'm Debbie Slayton.
Hey, Debbie, practitioner.
Yay, practitioner.
And teacher.
The visioning class has been moved to January 21st. There are several people that are interested in taking it and can't take it then, so that's also giving us an opportunity to. I ran. So we are going to be doing visioning after service on the 12th and the 19th here after service to just give you an introduction of what visioning is. So the class starts the 21st. It's an 8-week class. And then also on New Year's Eve, we will be doing from 6 to 7:30 out in Fellowship Hall is just the sweetest presentation by 6 or 7 of us to let go of 24 and really be ready to welcome 25. Some readings, guided meditation, and just then the candle lighting that is just spectacular. So you're welcome to please come here, pardon me, 6 to 7:30. So,
and you'll have real fire, right? Real candles.
We'll have real candles. And we are going to have rituals like you would not believe. We're going to blow it out. We're going to light them and blow them out and light them and blow them out. So it's good. A lot to release from 24. So, yes, visioning and after service for 2 Sundays, and then the class itself will start on the 21st.
So what I heard was vision and playing with fire.
Ah.
Okay.
I like it. Okay, so now we're ready for our new, Reverend Maureen, actually.
Reverend Maureen.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So one of the things that we do as a board is when we have somebody who's on our board, so Reverend Rasheryl has held 2 hats along with the 14 other hats of daily work here. One is that of a board member. And one of the things that we do as part of our practice is that we provide a leather-bound Science of Mind book to board members who have served, and we want to thank her for serving on the board portion of her service here.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
And in addition to that, I have a handmade gratitude journal that was made, and we have many people who have written gratitude notes in there for her. And I'm going to give that to you and then take it back for the rest of the day.
Okay.
There are several people who still want to finish signing it, so we're going to have it out in Fellowship Hall, so please join us. We have lots of refreshment and cake and stuff, and that'll give you the opportunity to sign that, and then we'll let her have it at the end of the day. But there's several who still would like to sign it, and it's a gratitude journal that was handmade, so please join us with that.
Thank you.
So I want to just confirm with Debbie here that the candlelighting service on New Year's Eve is 6 p.m. and not a.m., right? Okay, just wanted to be clear. I also want to, we have 2 other people to honor today. I know they were mentioned earlier, but Jenna and Josh, come on down. Jenna, as you know, has been with us the last couple years and has done amazing work to help support all of us, and Reverend Rasheryl in particular. And I want to mention Josh and his delightful smile back in the booth, who's been there almost nonstop for 11 years, which is a stunning commitment for which we are so, so grateful. So we also have cards for Josh and Jenna. They will be out at the same place. A number of folks have already signed, but you're welcome to please add your thoughts to these as well. And join us for cake and coffee and lots of cake. I heard there was a double order of cake. So please don't leave without having your fill and then some. And Reverend Rasheryl, thank you so much for sharing your light with us. It's been wonderful, and I wish you all the best on your journey ahead.
Thank you.
Here you go. It's your jar of blessings. We can't thank you enough, but each one is from the congregants. There's some in there from the online people and practitioners included.
Thank you. These are charged with love.
They are charged with love from all of the congregation and all of us for your new beginning and for God knows all that you've given us, seen and unseen. You have no idea what this woman has done. So thank you for the 2 years of keeping us afloat and making it be good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's only one last little thing. That the next town hall meeting is January 19th. After service, 12 o'clock here.
Okay, are there any new members today? Or new visitors, first-time visitors?
New members, yes.
First-time visitors, what a day to come. Welcome, welcome. If you're here for the very first time, welcome for Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. If you'd like to find out more about the center, please meet in Fellowship Hall. Welcome. Meet in Fellowship Hall, and there's going to be cake and all kinds of things, and you can learn more at the concierge desk. So welcome, welcome, welcome home.
Was there somebody else down there that's here for the first time? No?
Right in the front, second row.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Hi. He's brave. Oh, yes, they're brave too. They stood up.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, so we are at the end of our time, yes?
Yes, we are.
We will have the youth and family ministry make their way forward. Practitioners, come on down. Our beloved practitioners are licensed professionals. They're here to pray with you, to know the truth for you and about you. And so if you need prayer, please see them. They have on purple stoles, and they are happy to pray with you.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer. I'm the Director of Youth and Family, and we just want to acknowledge Leanne and Chris Grayson for serving in our youth program today. Thank you.
I think it's time for the final song and then a benediction.
Okay, let's stand up and do our final song. I release, and Ron's going to do a benediction. Yes.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Okie dokie, repeat after me. I am the light of the world.
I am the light of the world.
I harvest it for the world.
I harvest it for the world.
I shoo-be-doo-be-doo, being before I do.
I shoo-be-doo-be-doo, being before I do.
And so it is.
And so it is. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.
Love it.
Yes.